You're listening to a special Selection Sunday episode of Theater in College Hoops. We're brought to you by Dash Radio's Nothing But Net channel, the Barn Burner Podcast Network, and Beach Soaps. No matter where you are or where you live, bring a little bit of the beach to your home with Beach House's all natural soaps. Find them at beachhousesoaps.com. I'm Subi. Later today, I think we're going to be getting the Providence Crier, Mike Surratt, and I think we're also going to be getting Indiana superfan and just I think he's down in the dumps, but it's Ryan Logue. He's been on the program before, big friend of the program, big listener. I'm going to be having Selection Sunday show up on the TV. Not sure if the audio you'll be able to hear it in the background, but I got to hear what Gumbel has to say. Got to hear what Clark Kellogg is saying. Got to hear what Seth Davis is saying. But before we even dive into that, I would really like us to just take a step back and realize where we are today versus where we were yesterday. I know a lot of think pieces have been written. I know a lot of people have stated this on Twitter, basically saying like, hey, this is where we were from last year. And here we are today. And we, if you can hear the grumbling, that's my dog in the background. But basically, we should be grateful. Be very, very grateful that we're here today. Please don't take this for granted. Don't take the music for granted. Don't take One Shining Moment for granted, which is going to be coming in a couple weeks. Don't take any of this for granted. We have a field of 68. We have teams. And that's truly, truly all that matters. Right now, we're at a commercial break after oh my God, that Illinois-Ohio State game. Holy shit. What a ball game that was. Two titans of the Big Ten went to overtime. Some incredible shot making. Weirdly, not by Ayo Dosunmu at the end of the game. Or the last 3 minutes or so, I would say. But we are here, and Ayo was relatively good all year, obviously. But I mean, all game, I should say. Kofi, if you're an Illini fan, I mean, he hit him towards the end. He hit a couple big free throws, but if you're an Illini fan, I'd be scared shitless of this guy at the line in an Elite Eight type setting and a Final Four type setting. Terrifying. But all right, we got Gumbel on right now. Clark Kellogg has really mastered the salt and pepper look. He used to be clean shaven. COVID has really shown a lot of beards, a lot of facial hair. Didn't know Clark Kellogg had that in his repertoire, though. Seth Davis looks the exact same. Seth Davis is a guy that doesn't really age. Gumbel looks the exact same, yeah. Gumbel looks a little trim, to be honest with you. All right, we're now revealing. Yep, no surprise there. Gonzaga, overall number 1, undefeated. I just don't think they're going to finish the season undefeated. Four 1 seeds the last 8 tournaments, huh? That's a nugget. Norfolk State or App State. I thought they were going to get the. Who did Elon play? Whoever that, it was a 6 versus 8. I thought Gonzaga was going to get one of those guys. But Norfolk State, Appalachian State, best of luck to you. Sooners coming in at the 8 seed. So much of their season reminded me of the Trae Young season. They started out hot. Well, this year they didn't necessarily start out hot, but they were very good towards the middle of the season and then just died. Oklahoma's going to be playing Mizzou. Gosh, those are two teams actually that were playing great stretches of basketball and kind of died towards the end of the season. Creighton at number 5. I've said they're soft all year. Against Santa Barbara. Joe Pasternak, Arizona guy. We talked about this last episode. Coach of the year in the Big West. Dangerous game for the Jays, but they look really good in the Big East tournament, got all the way to the final. Virginia at number 4. I wonder how much the COVID cancellation for them in the ACC tournament impacted their seeding, but they get Ohio. Virginia's the 4 seed, Ohio the 13 seed. USC, my boys, coming in at the 6th seed in the West region. Drake's in. There's our first bubble team, bubble watch, and they're in. Drake Bulldogs. They got to beat Wichita State. Wichita State inexplicably lost to Cincinnati, who just got absolutely drubbed by Houston. But Drake in the tournament, they don't got to sweat. MVC getting 2. Kansas coming in at the 3 seed against Eastern Washington. I expect Kansas to handle business there. They've come on strong. Oregon's only a 7, huh? Against VCU. 7-seeded Oregon against 10th-seeded VCU. Iowa Hawkeyes at number 2. Luka Garza. This is basically what we were expecting from them last year. They have a tough time defending. And they got Grand Canyon, the lone team from the state of Arizona, going to the NCAA tournament, their first ever NCAA tournament berth. Hug for GCU. Great job there from Bryce Drew. Bryce Drew was pretty terrible at Vanderbilt. Did a great job at Valpo before Vandy, but GCU back in the tournament, and they get lunch pail Luka. Probably going to be a long night for the Lopes, but again, it bears repeating. They have one of the best fan bases that you don't know about. A couple years ago, Louisville and Rick Pitino went to Phoenix. They edged out a game against GCU, and Rick Pitino was singing their praises. I am happy, though, Drake is in. They get Wichita State in the play-in game. I thought Drake deserved to be in, and I'm glad they got in first at least. For sure over, well, we still have more bracket to reveal, but over Maryland. Cryer, are you there? I see you just jumped in.
Yeah. Sorry. Having a little technical difficulties over here.
Yeah, I got a blank screen right now. I'm talking to a blank screen. Do you not have your camera on?
I do, but it's acting funky. Just give me a moment here, but I'm here.
That's all right. We got the Cryer. Thank you for joining us. Providence, interesting year, probably a very disappointing year, if you were to say. How are you feeling a couple days after that DePaul loss?
Yeah, it's over. Today isn't about the Friars, all right, and their pathetic 13-13 season, despite being projected top 3 in the Big East going into the year. No, it's not about them. It's about the teams that earned a spot in the NCAA tournament. And you know what? I think the Friars, they have a lot of work to do this offseason. But until then, I'm just going to enjoy my March. I'm not going to let the Friars ruin my March. So here we are.
Very well said. Very diplomatic. You're right. I'm not going to let my team do that either. Any thoughts so far early on these bracket reveals? I mean, we got Wichita State Drake as the play-in game. Oregon VCU could be a scrumptious matchup. VCU kind of looked bad today. Bones Highland really took himself out of the game, but there's a lot of NBA talent right there in that game with Bones Highland, Chris Duarte, Will Richardson. I like that matchup.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm surprised Drake got in, to be honest.
Why is that?
I mean, they make their run early in the season undefeated, one of the few remaining undefeated teams at the time. But I mean, I don't know. They lost to Loyola Chicago twice, right? Granted, no Hemphill, and then they lost to them a third time in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Their resume, they don't really have.
No, didn't they beat Loyola Chicago though one time?
What?
They beat Loyola Chicago one time.
They did?
Yeah, it was that back-to-back. They split.
You're right. They won at home. But I don't know. That's their only win against a tournament team. So to me, I just thought Drake needed to win the MVC to get in. So I'm surprised by that. I really am. And honestly, I thought the American was going to be a one-bid league.
Logue, what's up, man? We got Indiana superfan Ryan Logue in the building. How you doing?
Doing well. I heard the Zags got overall number 1.
Zags overall number 1. They just revealed the next number 1 seed, the Baylor Bears out of the Big 12. Not terribly surprising, right? I mean, they only have 2 losses on the year, South region. Mason Massey, Slim, our buddy, who does great work with covering the Memphis Grizzlies for the Barnburner Podcast Network. He says the thing about Wichita State is that they suck. That could be true. Squealing Salamander 65. I love that. Good name. Says which 15 seed does Ohio State get to be beat by? I don't know. Ohio State looked pretty good. More bracket reveal. Sorry, real quick. Baylor is going to be playing Hartford, the 16 seed out of the Patriot League, I believe. No, they're not the Patriot League. The American East. Yeah. Carolina and Wisconsin is the 8-9 matchup.
Oh,
didn't we see that before? Like a couple years ago?
Carolina, Wisconsin. That, you know what? That does sound familiar, but I don't remember the year.
Could have
it rings a bell.
Big Ten regular season thing.
Yeah.
Tournament.
Yeah, that could have been it. Villanova has the 5 seed against Winthrop. Everyone loves talking about juicy 12-5 matchups. That could be one, especially with Nova's injuries.
Yeah, I mean, tough break for the Big East, man. Villanova was looking at a pretty good seed, probably top 3 seed before Gillespie goes down. And playing a Winthrop team, always good program there. Yeah, I mean, and now if you look at Purdue on that other side from them, I mean, if Villanova is lucky to get by Winthrop, they're not going to get by Purdue. So
yeah,
that'd be 2 in a row, wouldn't it, for the Boilers taking down Nova?
Yep. They beat them last year in Hartford. I was actually at the game.
Oh wow,
Carson Edwards. Breakout.
Yeah, I was giving the Nova student section a hard time, and they asked me they're like, "Well, what team do you root for?" And I was like, "The Providence Friars," and they all laughed me out of their section. So.
Yeah, this is a very good summit, I guess, of tormented fans. Logue, IU.
No Archie Marchie. No Marchie Archie.
That's such a good line. Hang on a sec. I'm going to keep going with the South region. Texas Tech at 6 versus Utah State. That'll be a very good matchup. McClung versus Bean. Arkansas at the 3 seed against Colgate. Fully expect Arkansas to take care of business. Virginia Tech at the 10 seed. They just cut away. I'm not sure who they're playing. Florida. Florida fucking stinks.
They stink, and I, as a Vol, not only do I not like the Gators in general, it went to next level with that shot on Folky. That was Bush League.
That was Bush League. Who was that? Omar something?
Omar, bring the pain. He needs to be suspended, if you ask me.
I agree, Logue. Ohio State at number 2. Who do they play? Oral Roberts. Ohio State, I think, might have I don't know. Do you think forcing overtime and competing with Illinois got them on that 2 line, or do you think they should have been at 3?
I mean, I think I had to have, right? Because didn't they lose? Like going into the Big Ten tournament, they had lost 4 straight. And did they have a game? Did they go through the full gauntlet, or did they have a game canceled in this thing? I don't remember. But
No, I think everyone in the Big Ten was good.
yeah,
right?
you're right.
They
You're right.
rescheduled.
Yeah.
If Livers didn't hurt himself, I don't think there's any way Michigan loses to him, and they're not on the 2.
Right.
That was
Yeah,
a huge loss.
The Ohio State team's weird, man. I mean, great offensively, but they rank poorly defensively according to Ken Palm, at least for a tournament team. I don't know. I think, I personally like Iowa and Illinois more out of the Big Ten than in Ohio State or even a Michigan, to be honest.
Yeah, let's talk Big Ten here, Logue. That's your conference.
Yeah.
I would not pick Iowa to win any game. No team that Indiana beats twice is any good. That just rule of thumb, brother. If Archie gets you twice, you ain't good. So.
I guess that's kind of fair, but listen, I get Iowa's not good at defense, but you know what?
Luke is a load. If he
right,
gets 25, they'll carry him maybe to the next weekend. If he gets 25 in 2 games. So,
but for me, like Michigan, I just don't like Franz Wagner, great player, no doubt about it. I just don't love their guards overall. He's not really a guard. He's like a hybrid type player. Eli Brooks and Smith, they've had their moments, but for me, they don't have that one single-handed ball handler that can create his own shot late in the game. I think that's a problem for them, my opinion.
Now, my other conference is the SEC, and we can do a funny thing. So Colgate, last tournament, drew the Tennessee Vols, and this year they draw the Arkansas Razorbacks. And I love my SEC teams, but don't the jokes write themselves as Arkansas and Tennessee play a toothpaste, right? I mean, those jokes just write themselves, So,
Logue, is that a shot at the fine people and the dental hygiene of Arkansas and Tennessee?
I'm marrying an East Tennessean, so I can say it, right?
See, that's why you come here to Titch. I don't care about bracket breakdowns and matchups.
Yeah.
We come for the wordplay and the Colgate wordplay. Hey, Logue, so we're still at commercial. Sean Miller is going to be retained for at least 1 more year, and then potentially more after that. What do you think is going to happen with his brother?
If we don't do this, we are acknowledging we're not a blue blood. You're just coming out and saying it. This is so terrible. But I mean, you know how hard it is to not make a basket in essentially a fourth of the minutes in a game against the mighty powerhouse in Piscataway, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I mean, forget being a blue blood. That is unwatchable. Now, your school is interesting because I don't know why they don't do the Tennessee Vols and blow out a bad coach for, quote unquote, recruiting violations. Everyone knows what happened. They're firing for cause and say, we'll see you in court. But my guy's just awful. Your guy was just underperforming and cheating. My guy's just must be this high to make the tournament. I don't know. Like Rodney, he's not tall enough. So.
The funny thing is, Logue, ever since I texted the Subi the other day, ever since Cooley and the Miller brothers joined forces in that tournament for like the under 17 USA team, the 3 of them have been terrible.
They all just rub They rub the stank all over them.
Yeah.
Are they going to get in? I'm sorry. I don't.
No.
Hell no.
No chance.
Hell no. Hey, there you go, Logue. Vols coming in at the 5 seed in the Midwest region. Also, these are just name only. It's all being played in Indianapolis. We know that. But real quick, Midwest region, the Big Ten champs, Illinois, as they're cutting down the nets, get announced as the 1 seed. They're going to play Drexel. Hell of a job there by Underwood. would like it noted. Been on them since late 2019. Porter Moser and Loyola Chicago coming in as the 8 seed. Will be playing Georgia Tech. Yeah, Pastner and the boys are hot. They have the ACC Player of the Year. Tennessee's got Oregon State. 5-12, Logue.
I know very little about Pac-10 basketball, except like everyone who's not from the West Coast. I assume it's not very good, but Tennessee is liable to, if they play like they played in the SEC tournament, I like that. If they play like they play in the games preceding the SEC tournament, it could be a Rick Barnes special, you know.
I got a feeling you're going to handle Oregon State. They had no business being in the tournament. They just got hot and won a pretty diluted Pac-12. A lot of orange in that game, though. SDSU as the 6th seed is going to be playing 11 seed Syracuse. Syracuse officially off the bubble there.
Jimmy Boeheim.
Sib, you missed. If Tennessee were to win their opener against Oregon State, to get the winner of Oklahoma State Liberty, that's tough to run into Cade game 2.
Yeah, I got
that is true. That kid is a goddamn stud.
But did you see that bracket overall? That's like, if I'm Illinois, I'm kind of annoyed. Like, you win the Big Ten today, and you get the winner of Loyola Chicago, Georgia Tech, 2 teams that could certainly win, be a sleeper in this tournament.
Well,
and then you get either Oklahoma State or Tennessee, probably. I mean,
the Vols can tell you don't want to sleep on Loyola. Is that Loyola Chicago, or am I mixing them up? That's the Sister Jean team, ain't it?
That's the Sister Jean team that beat you en route to the Final Four.
Y'all don't want to sleep on them.
West Virginia at the 3 seed playing Morehead State. Clemson and Rutgers. 7th seeded Clemson versus 10th seeded Rutgers. I don't know what to make of Clemson, man.
No, I don't think they're good.
That's a weird game. 2nd seeded Houston Cougars, as we had mentioned earlier in the show, just absolutely drubbing Cincinnati to win the AAC. So they're at the 2 seed there in the Midwest region. Who they got? Houston's going to be in the second round or in the second weekend. They got Cleveland State.
Okay.
Dennis Gates can coach, but Houston if they beat Cleveland State, they got Clemson, Rutgers after that. And then fucking West Virginia could be tough, but
yeah, they're tough. They play hard.
I mean, that's a decent road to the Elite 8, I would say, for the Houston Cougars.
Will they've had so many heartbreaks, though. Do you think this is their year, or do you think a miracle happens, or they find a way to screw it up?
I don't know, because you're right. Like, the first thing that comes to mind is the Jordan Poole shot.
Yeah.
But if that Memphis game, the regular season finale, was any indication where they had a game winner at half court,
That's right.
Maybe the tide is turning, Surratt. What do you think?
I mean, the thing with Houston that scares me is they're very undersized. And I think if they were to draw a team with a good offensive big, they could be in trouble. So, I mean, you're looking at Amir Sims if Clemson can get by Rutgers. I mean, I don't like Clemson either, but I mean, that's Houston's Achilles heel in my belief, is that they're just grossly undersized.
Another good point here. Sorry, real quick there, Logue. Another good point there from the Shark. Illinois and Loyola Chicago could meet in game 2.
Right. Or Georgia Tech. Like, if I'm Illinois, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Just the Illinois thing, though. Go ahead, Logue.
Shark was chiming in on my law school text thread that he is digging the Vols' path. And I hope he's right, but can't trust
Oregon State's a good first game.
Yeah. I mean, the Shark was claiming national title after the comeback against Kentucky, and I was like, dude, this is not your typical Kentucky team here.
After we waxed Mizzou and then Archie back to back, I thought maybe, and then there came the Tide and did what the Tide does to the Vols. So,
just generally speaking, man, what a sports year down in Tuscaloosa, huh? Obviously, you know what you're going to get.
So much. There's like 11 Bammers like excited down there about something that the spring game's going to get more watched than their Final Four run. It's just Rich get richer.
Yeah.
I felt like the SEC fans that aren't fans of Alabama and LSU must have been pretty pissed off that the basketball final was LSU Alabama. I
Absolutely.
mean, that's
Well,
tough.
so they got to be the last one seed, right? So we got Gonzaga, Baylor, Illinois.
Michigan.
I mean, it's tough to say, hey, Bama, thanks for winning the SEC title, regular season and conference tournament. We're going to give it to this Michigan team that didn't even make the final.
Yeah. Well,
You're right.
Bama's got like 6
You
losses.
could make an argument, but I think it's going to go Bama.
Bama had 2 pretty rough losses, though, to start early on the season. Then they get waxed by Stanford, and then lost to
the
another
Maui.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, we drew Alabama's second game of the Maui, and after watching them play that game, I was like, this team's pretty damn good. I didn't think they'd be this good, but I'm a big fan of Alabama, man. They just play at a fast pace. Got plenty good guards. Herb Jones is kind of like a unicorn in a sense in terms of his size, yet he's able to D up like he's like a 7-footer almost. It's crazy.
Well, they're long and they're thick. And
We say it
like that too. So
we say it all the time, but Herb Jones. Oh, there it is, Logue. Michigan got the last one seed. You were right. Damn, I'm pissed if I'm Bama. I mean, you got to take that into the tournament. That's disrespect right there. Michigan at the 1 seed, and they will play. Shut up, Clark. What are they playing? The Mount or Texas Southern. Let me tell you something. Damian Chong Kui. That the little engine that could for Mount St. Mary's. He's going to. There's always one guy that just captures the country's heart. Damian Chong Kui. That's my guy. I suspect if they beat Texas Southern, I bet they hang around for the first like 10, 20 minutes of the Michigan game because of him. But that's about it. 8th seed LSU after losing in the title game. They probably helped their cause in the SEC conference tournament. So LSU coming in at the 8th seed there.
have they?
A lot of
Ricky
SEC
Keys-
teams here, Logue.
Yeah. Has Patino's Iona team got their matchup yet?
I haven't seen it.
Not yet. No.
That might be. I don't care who they play. That might be
LSU
my
Bonnies.
matchup.
They're
It is
hot
Iona,
right now.
That's who Patino
Yeah.
coaches. Yeah.
I mean, but Iona like didn't have a good. Weren't they like? What seed were they in the MAC tournament? Like 5 or 6?
They just got hot, really. Colorado in at number 5, playing 12th seeded Georgetown. Woo!
That's a matchup, man.
I tell you, Ewing. I did not see that one coming. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean Georgetown. They're playing with a ton of confidence, man. I think they can maybe, let's not go crazy here, but I think they can maybe be a Sweet 16 team. I really do. They found their point guard in freshman Dante Harris. Chaudier Belay has come off the bench for them and been phenomenal. That team, again, just playing with a ton of confidence, and now they have a ton of, like, numerous players that can contribute here. So,
How much did the
Georgia.
Ewing snub by the security
Yeah,
guards
so,
in the Garden?
Damn, that's a really good draw though for Florida State. Florida State, who is a good team at the 4 seed, will play UNC Greensboro, and then they get the winner of who is it, Georgetown, and
okay.
who's Georgetown playing? Georgetown, Colorado. I could see
So
FSU easy second weekend.
Yeah, so much for my Georgetown to the Sweet 16 claim. I don't like them against Florida State. I'll tell you that.
Florida State's tough. Although IU had them on the ropes, so that's kind of my.
Your guys' internet is fucking killing me. I'm not gonna lie. You guys were talking at the exact same time. I'm not sure. Logue, I think I heard somewhere in there that, Ewing wasn't noticed. Oh, Michigan State, UCLA as the play-in game, the 11th seed play-in game. They will play BYU. Woohoo! Sparty Bruins is gonna be good.
Well, we knew BYU had to be a Saturday game because they couldn't do the Friday Sunday.
That's funny. How many Final
Three-seeded
Fours are in that
Texas.
playoff game between Sparty
Yeah.
and UCLA? That is insane. In a play-in game.
That's a great point. I haven't really thought
gotta be
about that.
20.
That's a wonderful point there, Logue. Three-seeded Texas. Yeah, I mean, UCLA has insane stats, but Texas at number 3 going up against Abilene Christian, a Lone Star shootout there. UConn, fucking Maryland got in. Lame. UConn and Maryland, 7-10 matchup, and Bama gets the 2 seed.
Old Turgeon's lucky he didn't get his ass whipped a few days ago.
You know, I'll tell you what, man. I didn't mind that from Turgeon. He's like, hey, just don't talk to me. So there were rumors floating around, and Bama. Oh, there it is. Bama's going to play Iona. Oh,
Well, that would be epic, and I hope it happens, but no.
nice breakdown here. Okay, so the Big Ten, which has been largely regarded as the best conference in America, gets 9 teams in. Big 12 and ACC for the amount of shit that they got, and they are pretty pedestrian teams, got 7. Pac-12 gets 5. Damn. So is that the full bracket reveal? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Louisville, Colorado State, St. Louis, and Ole Miss, the first 4 out. And basically what they're saying is any team that needs to like bow out or say that they can't play, they'll be replaced.
Now, you're the expert. What's up with the Friday-Saturday thing? That's really weird. That's never happened before, has it?
First time. Yeah. First time. So yeah, let's see. Last 4 in was Sparty, UCLA, Wichita State, and Drake. Repeating first 4 out, Louisville, Colorado State, St. Louis, and Ole Miss. Damn, tough. I definitely thought Louisville was going to be building some momentum after they beat Duke in Cameron, and Carlik Jones is a really good player. So they're not okay. So I mean, let's think about this: no Duke, no Louisville, no Kentucky,
no Indiana. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, a lot of championships between those guys. A lot of championships between those snub. Well, not snubs. They didn't deserve to get in.
So I'm trying to look up the full bracket now. Let's see what we got. Not sure if it's been published or not. Isn't that just so beautiful though when the first publication of the bracket comes out?
Yeah, absolutely. That is crazy. I mean, I guess they deserve to get in, but Michigan State, the end of the year pushed them in, but that's probably going to be an ugly game. They're really not very good. They play an ugly style of basketball.
Which game you cut out a little bit? Which one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Were you talking about?
The Michigan State UCLA game. I guess they deserve to get in, but that is probably not going to be a very aesthetically pleasing game, shall we say.
No, you're right. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, we may need to wait just a little bit for it to be. Were you able to watch it on TV, Logue?
No. I just rolled in about
All good.
half hour ago, looks like.
I'm just trying to think of some scrumptious matchups. I think, honestly, the Michigan State UCLA game is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, you do? Well, you might be right. The other thing I was hoping for, and it wasn't going to happen, is somehow UCLA.
Well, all right, Logue. I think we can call it. Thanks so much for hopping on.
No problem, man.
Go enjoy the tournament, man.
You as well, bud. Thanks a lot. It was fun.